Assassin's Creed Shadows has shattered expectations. Over 2 million players have jumped into this game in just 2 days. That makes it the biggest launch in the modern Assassin's Creed era, surpassing Origins, Odyssey, and even Valhalla. That's right, after years of ups and downs, Assassin's Creed seems to be back on top. But is this just launch hype, or has Assassin's Creed Shadows saved the series? Assassin's Creed is one of the most iconic gaming franchises, but let's be real, before Shadows, it was struggling, and there was a growing divide between fans. Some felt the series had abandoned its roots, shifting away from stealth and historical narratives in favor of open-world RPG mechanics. So, what went wrong? Well, let's start back in 2014 with Assassin's Creed Unity. It was infamous for its disastrous launch, plagued with game-breaking bugs that hurt Ubisoft's reputation. And then in 2017, with Assassin's Creed Origins, it did successfully reinvent the series with RPG mechanics, but this led to longer grind-heavy gameplay. Then in 2018, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, criticized for leaning too heavily into the RPG mechanics, it lost the assassin identity, prioritizing action over stealth. And finally, in 2020 with Assassin's Creed Valhalla, though this was successful, it was criticized for being bloated, requiring over 100+ hours to complete, causing fatigue among players, and for me personally, it felt like a Viking simulator, and just like Odyssey, it didn't feel like an Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed essentially had an identity crisis. Assassin's Creed started as a stealth-based historical adventure, but drifted towards open-world RPG territory. With the death of Desmond, the modern-day storyline lost its significance, leaving longtime fans feeling disconnected. Plus, as of recent, with the lack of the core Assassin-Templar conflict, it led to criticism that the series had lost its essence. So obviously, there was a bit of franchise fatigue and oversaturation. With 12 games and multiple spin-offs, some players felt burnt out. Then Ubisoft took a 2-year break after Valhalla, promising that the next game would bring Assassin's Creed back to its roots. And they definitely did with Assassin's Creed Mirage. In 2023, Mirage was a step in the right direction, returning to classic stealth-based gameplay, but it was seen as too small-scale to fully revive the franchise. And something that I felt personally was that it was just a bit too slow, falling way too heavily on the older mechanics. Now, yes, us as fans definitely wanted that, but we didn't want them to go all the way back to those mechanics and just use those mechanics. So there had to be a breaking point. Ubisoft needed to shift and change strategy. So Ubisoft took notice. After Valhalla, they decided to take a step back, rethink their approach, and finally give fans what they'd been asking for: a true stealth-focused Assassin's Creed set in feudal Japan. Fans have wanted an Assassin's Creed game in Japan for over a decade. Ubisoft finally delivered, immersing players in the late Sengoku period, an era of war, betrayal, and shifting alliances. The setting perfectly blends stealth and samurai combat, making it ideal for an Assassin's Creed game. And with that comes Yasuke and Naoe. With Yasuke, he is an historical figure and former samurai, offering brutal melee combat and heavy weaponry. And with Naoe, she is a skilled shinobi, embracing classic assassin gameplay with parkour, stealth, and obviously the hidden blades. This dual protagonist system allows players to experience 2 completely different playstyles, catering to both stealth lovers and action combat fans. But as I said before, the gameplay needed a complete overhaul. Yes, we wanted to go back to the old school stealth style, but we also tended to love some of the RPG mechanics. So with that, Ubisoft finally doubled down on the stealth side, making it a core part of Shadow's gameplay. Unlike Odyssey and Valhalla, where combat was often the default choice, Assassin's Creed Shadows encourages actual assassination tactics. And with that came key gameplay features like dynamic lighting systems, which allow shadows to impact visibility, making nighttime stealth more visible. A new and improved stealth system, which not only improved the AI, but hiding in the shadows and the foliage, and using dynamic weather, it can definitely affect visibility. They also advanced the parkour mechanics, reminiscent of Assassin's Creed Unity, but smoother and more fluid, though it was toned down a bit from Unity's perspective. And lastly, with the AI awareness, enemies react more realistic to sound, movement, and light sources with varying levels of difficulty to choose from. So if you wanted to play on easy mode and not have to really worry about enemies seeing you all the time, you definitely can. But if you wanted to play on some of the highest difficulties, enemies definitely will catch you. In many ways, Assassin's Creed Shadows is a mix of classic Assassin's Creed stealth and the open world RPG elements that newer players enjoy. But the question is, how did fans actually receive it? So, how did Assassin's Creed Shadows perform at launch? The reviews are definitely in, and they paint a fascinating picture. Assassin's Creed Shadows received strong reviews from critics, praising its deep world building, engaging combat, and gripping narrative. And then you have Metacritic scores landing in the 85 to 90 range, making it one of the highest rated Assassin's Creed games of recent years. Despite some minor complaints from certain subsects of the community, Assassin's Creed Shadows has largely been praised for its stealth gameplay, engaging story, and stunning world design. And then there's the biggest sign of success. Assassin's Creed Shadows is already being played by over 2 million people worldwide, making it the biggest Assassin's Creed launch in the past decade. It outpaced Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla in early sales numbers. Twitch and YouTube are flooded with gameplay videos showing high engagement from content creators. This isn't just another Assassin's Creed release. It feels like a defining moment for the franchise. Ubisoft took major risks with Assassin's Creed Shadows, shifting back towards stealth, introducing dual protagonists, and focusing on quality over quantity. And based on reception, it looks like that gamble definitely paid off. This game was a return to the franchise's core identity, with the stealth mechanics being more refined than ever, bringing the modern day story back with connections to past games, and finally the Assassins versus Templars conflict is front and center again. Shadows sets the future of the franchise. Ubisoft already confirmed that future Assassin's Creed titles will take inspiration from Shadow's success, and with the rumor of Assassin's Creed Hex, the next game in the series, it's rumored to have a strong narrative and new gameplay innovations. So it's without question that Assassin's Creed Shadows might just be the game that saved the franchise, proving that listening to fan feedback actually works, setting a new standard for the future. Assassin's Creed Shadows has exceeded expectations in almost every way, from its stunning setting to its engaging gameplay. It feels like the series is back in top form. So, what do you think? Did Assassin's Creed Shadows truly revive the franchise, or is this just another step in a long journey? Let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to go ahead and like and share, and then subscribe, then ring the bell to receive notifications so that way you know every time I happen to upload a brand new video. And if you haven't already, check out my spoiler-free review of Assassin's Creed Shadows. You can click right here and watch it. All right, I think I'm about to head back to feudal Japan and get some of these contracts yapping. So I will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.